Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our weekly market analysis session. This analysis is for weeks 22 of 2025. So here's the dollar index weekly time frame. We had a movement to the downside on the dollar. I was looking at a bullish movement first before it declines to the downside. With respect to 4 hours bullish order block, let me show us quickly on 4 hours time frame. Now, this was where we were as at last weekend when I was doing the analysis. This candle has already closed. We had not started printing this. I told us that I want to see this 4 hours bullish order block respect price, hold price as support to send it higher, to keep this buy side liquidity, enter into this area here before it starts to go down. That was what I told us. That's what I was expecting. But if price disrespects this bullish order block and breaks lower, we're going to go down. That's what I told us as well. That the downside objective will only be achieved if this bullish order block is broken to the downside and market starts to decline. That's when market will decline. But if the bullish order block holds price, is going to send it higher, clear this buy side liquidity, and trade into this area of inefficiency here, where we had the FVG and order block. Now, because the bullish order block was not respected and price broke below it, we ended the week bearishly, as you can see. Now, what does that portend? That's what's the next line of call. If it has broken to this point, what do we expect it to do? Now, because it has broken to this point, the market structure is broken from bullishness to bearishness. So we are now bearish. At least on 4 hours, we are now bearish. We're expecting market to move downward to take out this low. That's where that's the next point of liquidity. Of course, all these ones are just minor liquidity. This is the main one. So we're expecting to decline further to take out this low. Now, does it mean it's going to go like that? No, it's going to, of course, take out this low first, then pull back, retest that low, then before it goes down. Or essentially, we're expecting the market to trade below this low, or at least trade to this low. All right, so that's what we're expecting for the dollar. So we expect market to rally, decline, take out this low, or at least trade to the low. Okay, the upside objective, we've seen the movement up. I wanted it to go higher than that to 4 hours inefficiency, but it didn't. It was heavily bearish, and we had that. We saw it come to fruition, traded lower, and this is also at the moment the market's structure is now bearish for to take out this low and continue to go lower to the monthly objective. But for week 22, we want to see this low violated, or at least trade to the low. All right, so we had week day to day. This was where we were on Friday, this bullish candle here. So we kept declining from Monday. There was no form of movement up or down. We just kept going. From Wednesday, I felt Thursday will reverse and we'll buy at least. We test this very short block and then continue, or kept going lower. Now that we've broken this low, I want to see it go lower. All right. It could retest the low, yes, but that will be this low. And then we want to see it go aggressively lower, taking out this sell side liquidity. All right, let's go to Euro USD, see what we have there. So Euro USD weekly time frame, we have the movement up because the dollar was bearish. So of course we expect this to go higher. The next point of call, we want to see if you can take out this high. That's the next point of call. On daily time frame, we had this was where we were on Friday. So we started going up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday had a little retracement, and Friday we continued our direction higher. So we want to see it go higher to attack this high. That's where we want to see the market go to. So essentially, we are bullish for this pair. 4 hours time frame. This was where we were think we were here. We were here last weekend. I told us that we'll go lower first because I saw this downside objective here, bullish order block, hold low. I felt we would sweep it Monday, Tuesday first before it rallies, but it was heavily bullish, so it just kept going higher. And this is where we are. Traded lower, FVG field, rallied higher, came back, inefficiency here, other block rallied higher. Want to see it continue going higher to attack this high. All right, let's go to the next. GBP USD weekly time frame. We had the break above this high here. We finally did that, broke above this relative equal high. This high and this high, we finally seen the market made its way above the high. Next point of call is this area. We want to see trade to this rejection block or take out the high. So we are bullish as well on GBP USD. Any downside objective? Daily time frame. I'm not seeing any inefficiency here, apart from, okay, let's go to 4 hours. I think 4 hours will be clearer. So we have downside objective here, and then old high. So it could come lower, touch here before it goes higher, or it could just keep going higher. But if we start seeing reversal pattern to the downside, this is where I want to see it straight to first before it. We don't want to see it decline, okay? From this point, we don't want to see it go lower, taking out this low. That's not necessary. That's already broken this high. We want to see it keep going higher. AUD USD. So AUD USD, I wanted it to go lower because we had sell-side liquidity with the anticipation that dollar was going to rally if it respects the 4 hours bullish order block. Because it disrespected it and went lower, this had to also change its direction, and then we had a movement to the upside. This was where were we? We were around, I'm coming, hold on, we're around here. Around here. We're around here when we did the analysis. So I expected it to continue to go lower, but it broke higher, came back, and then we consolidated from Monday to Thursday, and then Friday we finally expanded to the upside. So we want to continue see higher movement on this pair. This should be left until dollar starts to reverse fall buy. That's when this can start to sell. So for now, these are down close candles in form of a bullish order block. Any movement to the downside, it could retest the bullish order block before it goes higher, but it shouldn't go lower to take out these lows anymore. The structure has been broken to the upside. Can it do it? Yes, but that's not what we want to see. We want to see respect this bullish order block and then continuously go higher. NZD USD, same thing. We expect a bullish movement into this monthly FVG, here. We want to see trade into it. So this new trading, we're going to see movement of price into this area. Daily time frame. We had the from Monday to Thursday, it also consolidated. We had the breakout on Friday. So we want to see it go higher into the monthly CB. That's what we want to see. Initially, I expected it to decline from Friday because I expected dollar to rally. But since dollar did not rally and broke the 4 hours low, 4 hours bullish order block, this made price NZD USD go higher. So I wanted it to go lower into this area, but it didn't because of the movement of price in dollar. So that's why we had the reversal also for this. So market has changed, changed direction. We want to see upside objective here. Equal highs here and here as well. We want to trade into the monthly area of inefficiency. Let's go to USDCHF. So for USDCHF, same thing. I had an upside objective here on daily time frame. So I wanted it to go higher, to trade to this area of inefficiency inside this order block before we start to see downside objective. That if it goes a little, we have a FVG here to support price and send it higher here before we start going lower. But of course, market will do what it wants to do. We saw a reversal, it just kept going lower because dollar kept going lower. So remember, the dollar is the base currency for this pair. So if dollar is going lower, this will also go lower. So we expect to continuously go lower to test this old high, and then essentially see if it can break this weekly low, this low here, weekly time frame. That's what I want to see. I did trade to it or break it. All right, so we are also bearish on USD CAD. USD CHF offset objective has been filled, traded to the old low. I wanted it to retest it again before it goes lower, but because dollar was heavily bearish, we also saw a movement lower for USD JPY. Daily time frame, we saw how this was where we were on Friday. I gave this doji candle, so I felt it was going to go lower, at least into this FVG before it rallies higher. Taking out this high one more time. We have small FVG here before it starts to go lower. But what it did was it just kept going lower because of the movement of dollar. All right, next one is USD CHF. So USD CHF, I have told us that I don't want to see any downside objective because on monthly time frame, there's essentially nothing is going to trade to. It has done that in April. So I felt we want to see a reversal in May, but we just essentially have been consolidating. So it can attack this low, it can do that. But I don't want to see its body close below the low here. So on weekly time frame, since we had a bearish tone, we could trade to the rejection block here or try to attempt this old low, but it shouldn't, it can wick through, but it shouldn't close below that old low. On daily time frame, we have these equal lows here. It could come and sweep it one more time and still get stuck inside the range of this low and this high until dollar does its movement to the downside before we'll see expansion to the upside for this pair, right? All these lows have been swept. So we want to see movement to the upside. Break obstruction daily had already occurred, but we had broken lower back into the trading range. So you could consolidate here for a while before market goes higher. So for me, I want to stay out of this particular pair until we have a clear direction the market wants to be bullish for this. That's about that. Let's go to indices. So indices, weekly time frame, I told us that there could be a movement to the downside because of the old high, the volume balance here, and weekly, monthly area of inefficiency. Let me show us. We had a little there. So I expected that price is going to go lower. And then daily time frame, we had this volume imbalance here. And show us on daily time frame, this volume imbalance here. Market has already run higher as at when I had that last analysis, price was here. So I wanted it to retrace, which it did, into the FVG, and that it's going to go lower, it's going to get to the rejection, the volume imbalance here, because we have a breakout block as well. So I outlined this area last weekend and to see how we traded into that area, but it has not gotten to the volume imbalance. That's also another draw on liquidity. So for this week, I want to see trade with that volume imbalance. If it gets there, I want to see it react from there and go ahead. Remember, long term, I want to see this high weighted. So this little movement down is just a retracement to like correct the movement it did up. So I want to just see retrace a little before it expands higher one more time. This bullish order block should be respected. I want to see price respect this bullish order block. So price should stay within this low and this high. Around here, it should stay and then start making an attempt to go. That cuts across all other indices, NASDAQ 100, Dow Jones Industrial Average 30, SP 500. That's what I want to see. We want to see movement. So this volume imbalance here and the old low. We shouldn't take out this low. We have this other block here. Market should respect this price level here before we start going higher to sweep this buy side liquidity. For Dow Jones Industrial Average, it traded to the volume imbalance. Now, if it traded to that level last week, and then we expect it to go lower, it means other indices to go lower. It means this will also go lower into this area. Now, what's this area? If you go to weekly time frame, that's a little FVG. Let me show us. So you can see that small FVG there, small FVG here. So that's where I want to see trade to. for US 30. We have an order block here, FVG here. So since that's traded to the volume imbalance, the next point of call will be here because we expect a movement to the downside for the other indices. So if they are going to go lower to their various volume imbalances, then this will go to this area of inefficiency before it reverses to go higher to suit the buy side liquidity. Okay, this is where we're targeting, but it's just a little movement to the downside to see before it gains momentum to rally higher. Gold rather. So gold, because dollar was bearish, we had a movement to the upside on gold. Now, I was of the opinion that we would decline a little further to this area inside this order block because I expected dollar to rally a little up to the 4 hours FVG that I showed us previously. So I want to, that's why I called lower prices for gold before rallies higher. Now that dollar declined, it gave room for this to rally. So we're expected to take out this high by week 22, take out this and then attempt to go higher than this, or at least low hanging through this high should be violated by the end of week 22. So we're looking at a bullish movement for gold. Then BTC has created its all-time high again. I told us last weekend that the consolidation we experienced 2 weeks ago is just a way of market to gain momentum to send price higher to sweep this buy-side liquidity, creating an all-time high again. And the all-time high came in at 112,000 on the dot. It didn't go anything further than that, just 112,000. So we want to see it consolidate there because it has created all-time high, another all-time high. So I expect the market to consolidate here for a while before it gains momentum to rally higher again. Now, if it's going to go lower, we have area of inefficiency here, old lows here. So it would sweep it and still rally higher. The measure of it from this low to this high around this area is discount. So it will trade into discount level and then one more time send it higher. But I want to see this high not violated in week 22. Okay, since that's created all-time high, the market wants to respect that price for a while. Remember what happened last year when we had this all-time high in December. It consolidated a little before it went higher in January, and then it declined since January to April because they're rallying higher again. So in May, we've created all-time high again. I want to see it decline a little. That's what I want to see or consolidate here, not to take out this high. Okay, so essentially we could trade within this low to this high. That range there is permissible because we have imbalance here, then liquidity resting below these lows. Okay, so in summary, we are expecting bearish movement for the dollar, bullish movement for Euro USD, GBP USD, AED USD, and NZD USD. Expect bearish movement for USD CAD, USD CHF, and USD JPY. We also expect bearish movement for our indices to their various volume imbalances, especially SP 500 and NASDAQ 100. For Dow 30, we should trade to its weekly FVG. That's where I want to see it trade to. Then gold should rally, Bitcoin should consolidate. That's our analysis for week 22. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next weekend.